Instead, I'll grow or not, you know. So
Hmm.
that's what we need more of, and we're seeing it too.
We're seeing it. I think you're right, Blake.
I actually know a young couple that I buy my eggs and I get feathers to make cat toys from this young couple. They bought a previously organic certified farm out of college, and one started working for the USDA, and they couldn't afford everything. They went regenerative completely. They both studied some form of ag science in college to learn how to do things the right way. I've been to the farm and, you know, year round, he doesn't sleep much. Neither does she because they're taking turns. They're moving the chicken coop hatch around with the pigs around to fertilize the farm in different pockets, right? And working one area at a time. And the former greenhouses that the other people left, they section it off to be able to get their chicks in, to be able to put the chicks there, because they do sell organic chicken to high-end restaurants after the hens lay some. Yeah, their house isn't in the best shape or anything, but you know what? They're trying to do everything right because they studied enough microbiome science,
Yeah.
they studied enough ag science. They're very young. They're under 30. They just got married the other year.
Well, I meet a lot of people who are, you know, herb farmers or want to do this type of thing, and they have problems connecting and finding people to buy their goods. And so what we're seeing a lot more now of is, you know, the ability to connect buyers with sellers. And you
Yeah.
see, you know, local butchers and you know, they put their ads on Facebook and go to farmers markets. But, you know, ideally, you know, the whole, you know, magic of division of labor was that things got more efficient. And so you know, these people who do have these regen farms with a bunch of different chickens and ducks and things, they realize that it's a very difficult life. And so if we could work on the market solutions to that, which is helping to sell these people. And so I have
Yeah.
I've developed something like this for herbal products where I'm developing under Fearless Naturals, kind of a marketplace for even, you know, small sellers of herbal products to connect with
Good.
buyers.
Great. That's fantastic,
Mhm.
Blake. Good.
These guys are doing co-ops, local co-op type
That's
stuff where
right.
people can
And so
come and
the
grow on
co-ops,
sections.
we're helping co-ops as well because
And
obviously
yeah, and they're
all
training.
over the world.
Well, they're all training and teaching people about the importance of regenerative farming and because he's in a very anti-regenerative, anti-organic area. It's a tough fight for him. And he's gotten
Yeah.
involved in state legislature meetings and things just to be the voice of reason. Very young.
Ultimately, I mean, you have to make money, you know, money rules the world. And so you have to provide a way for these farmers to get their income. And if they don't have the market piece and the sales piece figured out, they could do everything they want. And then they sit on, you know, stuff they have to end up feeding to the pig.
Well, and the
Hmm.
conventional farmers, unfortunately, they're getting incentivized with free product and um like money towards next year's crops and things by, you know, your fertilizer companies and pesticide companies and things too, which makes it really, really hard because if you're trying to have a regenerative farm and you don't have that much property or only so much money to work with and you're surrounded by farmers insistent on spraying and getting money from conventional chemical suppliers and things like that, or Monsanto giving them free seeds, it
Well, agriculture
makes
isn't
them
any
hard.
different than any other industry.
I know.
The smallholders have it rough, and the big
Hmm.
guys rule the world. Until you figure out solutions for that, well, it's
Yeah.
always going to keep
Well, the
happening.
solution is
Well,
what
and I
Dave
don't
is
know
saying.
that
We have
this.
to inform, we have to not inform, but at least get down to the consumer level. The public has to understand the living systems connection of where their health lies,
And
their
the
connection
you know,
lies.
I live in this space. I mean, I own a retail environment. I work the floor every single Saturday. I talk to my customers, you know, every single Saturday, 48 times a year. I'm here Monday to Friday in my office. I go downstairs, boots on the ground. We own a regenerative farm. We produce our own regenerative meat, 6 different hardy species that can be outside. We are not certified organic, but we are 100% sun, moon, stars, rain, grass, and my business partner, pretty much, you know, like that's how that farm is run. Organic food is what we give them, scraps from the cafe. We bring big buckets, we bring it all back to the farm, and it's full circular. I live this world. So I know what small scale production looks like. I know what it feels like to voluntarily say, I'm not going to open 10 stores. I'm going to open 3. I want them to be super high quality. I live this. We do it.
Hmm.
These the decisions we make on a regular basis.
I
And
grew
so I'll
up in
tell you,
this.
some of the solutions of the future involve things like this. But what we're doing is prototyping the future at our expense. This is what's
Right.
happening. We don't make the same margins as other people, whatever, but I have a moral and spiritual incentive that transcends profit that is now infecting other people to have a moral and spiritual incentive that transcends profit. And so we need to live by example. We need to prototype the future. We need to do it at our expense at some way because you got to choose your heart. You're going to suffer at some point. And, then I don't want my suffering to echo out into everybody else's suffering by extracting all the resources of earth and leaving nothing behind for anybody else. Seems kind of dumb because I have 2 kids and I want them to inherit an earth that's bountiful as well by the constant gardener that we need to be, right? We need to be a
Yeah, and
constant gardener, and we haven't really done that. I think the local community is part of that initiative of constant gardening in the earth.
and you set such a great example with everything that you've done, David, and the education, and yeah, just leading by example there.
Lead by example. And you know what? It's almost selfish in a little bit of a way. I want good food.